Dear respected Thai, dear community, thank you for coming together today for a session of question and answers. We are in the still water hall of the Upper Hamlet in Plum Village in the third week of our summer retreat, and today is the 27th of July, 2017. So it's very nice to sit up here and see the Sangha. The Sangha is very beautiful. And today, a few of you also have the chance to come and sit up here with us and look at the Sangha and enjoy the beauty of the Sangha. We will have the opportunity to ask questions. And first of all, we'd like to invite the children to ask maybe 3 or 4 questions, and then the teenagers and the young adults, and then everybody else. So we know that a good question can benefit many people, and we invite you to ask a real question, not just kind of intellectual or theoretical, but a real question that has to do with your suffering, that has to do with your happiness, that has to do with your deepest aspirations for your life. A question of the heart. And we also know that a good question does not need to be long. So please look deeply inside to see if you have a question like that, a deep question, and if so, you're invited to come up, and perhaps you can bring your cushion and sit here so that when there's a space, you're ready to join us here and ask your question. And if you feel shy and you prefer to offer a written question, that is also okay. You can pass your question to the bell master or somehow, and we will pass your question forward. And it will get to us somehow by the Sangha post. And if English is not your first language, you can still ask a question. We have a pair of headphones here, which we can plug into any of the different translation systems, so you can get translation. But if your question is not in French or Dutch or German, okay? Still? No. If it's not in English, French or Dutch, then please bring your own translator to translate the question for us. Thank you. And before each question, we will listen to a sound of the bell, so you can come and take your seat, and we enjoy one sound of the bell together. So we all have a chance to come back to our breathing, establish ourselves in the present moment, and then you can ask your question. So maybe we can have one sound of the bell, and then we invite the children to come up to ask their questions. Thank you.
peut-on se réincarner en plante et peut-on se réincarner en pierre?
Can you be reincarnated as a plant? And can you be reincarnated as a stone? Sister Lăng is very good at questions about reincarnation. It's her speciality.
Normally I try not to catch the ball when people throw it to me. Can we be reincarnated into a plant? Yes. Can we be reincarnated into a stone? Yes. And I think, yeah. I think Victor has been with the children's program from the beginning of the summer retreat, and he's had many opportunities to contemplate, especially when he eats his cookie during snack meditation. And when we eat our cookie, we see that the cookie is made of a lot of non-cookie elements, like the sun, the rain, the farmer, even the stones that have gone into the plant that makes the wheat that comes to us. And then we eat the cookie, and the cookie becomes us, right? And you know, you may think that in this moment you are also not the wheat, but in fact, when you're sitting here and you breathe, you're breathing in and you breathe out. The air that you are breathing in and breathing out is part of the wheat, and the air that you breathe out becomes a part of the wheat as well. So actually in this moment, you are already the plant, and you are already the stone too, you know, because when you eat, you also, after you eat, what happens? After a few hours, it's pretty obvious. And after you drink, what happens after a few hours? And all that water, all of that, it also goes back into the earth to become part of stone, become part of everything that you see around you. So we don't really wait until we die to reincarnate into something, but in this moment we are already that. We are already the plant, we are already the stone. Okay?
Warum muss man, wenn man Nonne oder Mönch werden will, eine Glatze haben?
If you want to become a monk or a nun, why do you have to have a bald head?
Thì thầy just sang á. Even though we saved our hair already, but for me myself, I still love to see your hair. In Vietnam, when two people want to make a commitment, want to promise with each other something that they would do together, they would cut a little bit of their hair and they put it together, and then they roll it, they tie it together, and they put it in a little bag, and they decorate it, and they put it in a very safe place. And sometimes they would take a peek just to remind them of their promise. And for us, the brother and the sister, when they wanted to become a monk or nun, they bow to their teacher, and then they request the whole Sangha to allow them to join the family of monks and nuns, to join the community, or we call it the Sangha. And we save our hair also, just like the story I told you before in Vietnam of making commitment. We also make a commitment when we save our hair. We would like to commit to ourselves and all the brothers and the sisters that we would live together with them. The sisters, they live in their own hamlet, and the brothers, they live in their own hamlets. But together we promise each other that we would enjoy walking together on the path that we believe that would give us a lot of fun. Me, I was born in a family that there were not many children, and then I love to have brothers and sisters. So usually my family found me in the neighborhood. I would come to my friend's house and stay there for so long until my great grandmother called me, "Come home," and it's dinner time, meal is served, and she has to yell, to make it really loud so that I was far away, could hear her. So I love to have brother and sister to play with them. And here enter this big Sangha with many brothers and sisters. I can play with them. I can always consider them as my brother and sister. I would walk together with them. I would go canoeing with them. I would eat in silence with them, or even play soccer with them. It's just really fun community, and together we can make something beautiful. We can go out to meet more children, more adults, more teachers, more students, more businessmen, and all that. And we can share about the practice and how to enjoy the present moment, enjoy and having fun together. That's our purpose. And that's why we make that commitment. And we save our hair. We save our hair so that we can feel that freedom. Freedom as a wind, blow, and it's really cool up here with our hair sometimes, especially at summer. Thank you.
Wat betekent Namo Avalokiteshvaraya?
What do the words Namo Avalokiteshvaraya mean?
The respected Thai, the community. What is your name? Mirta. Namo Avalokiteshvara means... ik ga in Engels praten voor iedereen, dus ik doe mijn hoofdtelefoon op. It means, it's no translation? Okay. Namo means I entrust myself, I take refuge, I entrust myself, I take refuge. And Avalokiteshvara, that is the name of the Bodhisattva of compassion. And the Bodhisattva of compassion is the quality of being present, being there for ourselves and for life. And with being present, then we can listen, we can see, we can feel, we can be in touch with the wonders of life, being happy, but at the same time be in touch and listen and see the suffering, the difficulty, the challenges of ourselves and of people surrounding us, our parents, our friends, even the cats, the birds, the worms, the fishes, the water. The water do have feelings as well. The clouds, even the stars. We can be in touch with them and see and feel what they need. Sometimes they are very joyful, very happy, but sometimes they are not so joyful and happy. They need our support. And with that capacity of being touched, being compassionate, we can offer support. We can give a hand to support them. They are strong, they know what to do, but sometimes they need a hand. For example, yesterday I saw a moth, a kind of butterfly, was landed in the small small pond in Middle Hamlet, and I saw her was trembling, trying to fly up and make the water creating the waves, and I felt, oh, someone is in the water. Help, help, SOS, SOS. I felt like that. And I knew she cannot swim because she doesn't have life vest on. and her wings was wet. Oh my goodness. And I cannot jump in the water either because the water is very dirty. So I have compassion to myself too. Sorry, I'm a little bodhisattva, not so big bodhisattva. I'm afraid of getting dirty as well. And I thought, how can I help her? And looking around, a bamboo stick, a long one. And that inside was so helpful. And I borrowed a long bamboo stick, came close to her, and gently giving her a hand. Come, crawl on my stick, and I will rescue you. And she tried her best on the stick, and I lift up, and she fell down. Oh my goodness. Because the stick was so slippery, and she could not grasp on the stick. Come on. One more time. Oop. And she fell down again. Oh my goodness. Hold on, yeah? Hold on your breath. Don't get drunk. Breathing in with me and breathing out with me. It was talking and communicating, supporting. Come on, I'm here for you. One more time. Boop. Down again. And she got very, very tired. And my heart like, oh my goodness. My goodness. Try your best, yeah? Last time. Now or never. And one more time. And finally she was really exhausted and holding on the stick. Gently, whoop, and then gently putting her on the land under a tree. And she was like lying still. And my heart was, oh, are you dying? Are you dying? Am I skillful enough? Was I on time? And luckily she started to move slowly. I was like, oh, thank you for being there and making life so beautiful. Without you, then the flowers won't get a chance to be pollinated. And then we don't have fruits to enjoy. So we do need you. Thank you for being there. Happy journey, and we see each other again. Yeah, that is an act of bodhisattva, of compassion, and that capacity is in each of us. Would you like to become a little bodhisattva? Who would be like to become a big and a little bodhisattvas like that? Thank you. Dankjewel voor je vraag. Thank you for your question.
Why does the Buddha only sit in half lotus in the statues?
Did everybody hear the question? Why does the Buddha only sit in half lotus in the statues. Are you sure? So I think the Buddha's on the Buddha hill, the black Buddha statues, I think they're sitting full lotus. So maybe you can go and sit with them. Do you know how to sit full lotus? All right. Then you can go and show the Buddha how to sit. But actually, it doesn't really matter whether you sit full lotus or half lotus. The main thing is just to be comfortable and at ease. If you can find a position where you feel comfortable, you feel it's pleasant, it's not painful, it doesn't hurt your knees or your back, then that's sitting. Sometimes you see a statue of the Buddha sitting like this. Very relaxed. Maybe because one time the Buddha hurt his foot and he couldn't sit in full lotus, so he sat like this. He's still very peaceful, very relaxed. So actually you can sit on a chair and still sit like a Buddha. You can kneel, you can sit on the grass, you can sit on a cushion, you can sit on the bus, in the car, in the train, and you can always sit like a Buddha if you know how to breathe, and if you know how to take care of your breathing and just be aware of it coming in and out. Let your whole body relax. That is sitting like a Buddha. Thank you for your question. Maybe now we can invite the children to stand up with the small sound of the bell and to turn around and to bow to everybody. Thank you. Thank you for your questions.